called me to give them the camera footage because there is the accident there, right there, opposite the me, right? So now it's happening like last few weeks there is a few accident. The Marhaba grocery, there is the ticket $400, right? That the ticket like $400.
And they're very small disability side, very small. The 3 people they can take.
Where were they parking if they got a $400 ticket?
Disability side.
Handicap.
Oh, I have that. I took the
Because
picture.
they have a very small side,
small.
they couldn't see it. Day before start or 3 days ago, one guy ordered the food from Korwa restaurant. And he came just pick up the food in 2 or 3 minutes. I came from other side and I saw the guy is giving the ticket for $150. He's very upset.
Yeah, of
He
course.
said, I will not come back anymore in Danforth. So we are losing the business.
Just want to add to in that, you know, the cycle lane that we have in both sides, I think it's kind of unnecessary and causing problem to all the business people and for the parking to a lot of places. I don't think the cycle lane is people use that much.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the decision the city made to put the cycle lane from here to all the way to Yangonbor,
It's showroom in
it's-
meeting.
I mean, should have been done.
Uh-huh.
If you think
Oh,
about the
sure,
business
yeah.
people,
That's
because
it.
there's no parking. You know. Also,
I'll let everyone talk and then I'll respond.
right.
Yeah.
So this is, I just want to add it to addition to them.
Too much traffic
That
now.
is the main issues, I guess. Cycle lane, right?
একটা point একটা.
I had an opportunity to meet with John Tory yesterday. Late afternoon, also very. Tomorrow you are going again to the city, our representative, and you have to represent us. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You know, just actually last 3 years we are suffering, pandemic with small businesses, so
Right.
they suffer. So another suffer is going to add the parking is a base. So we suffering, continuously we suffering. That's why it's a big issue actually for.
Yeah, of course.
Bike lane not only creating the problem for the parking. Bike lane is one of the biggest issue is the traffic.
Yeah.
The
I want to separate those two issues. So once you're all done talking, I'll respond. But I want to separate the issue between parking and congestion because, actually the bike lane and what we call a complete street design has now provided for 24/7 parking for local business that you didn't used to have. So if I wanted to stop, driving home on Danforth, I wanted to stop and pick up some noodles during rush hour. I'm headed eastbound. I actually couldn't stop before. I risked getting a $500 ticket and being towed if I pulled over in rush hour. How you doing? Because you were not allowed to stop during rush hour. Now, small businesses, and I want to understand the difference between Danforth Village BIA, which has not participated in the program in the same way the Danny BIA or Greektown BIA has embraced it, because you now have 24/7 parking on Danforth, which you actually did not have before. So I want to separate congestion as an issue from parking, because I've heard a lot about parking, but you actually now have 24/7 parking, whereas before you didn't. You could not park westbound in the morning. You could not park, and eastbound in the evening you could not park during rush hour. Now you can park full time for your businesses. So if you look, and I think and we can have a broader conversation about leadership in the BIA here locally. And we're going to have a conversation. We're going to rename this stretch of Danforth Bengletown to recognize your investment as entrepreneurs and your commitment to this community and all you bring to the city, and recognize that significant contribution Bangladeshi people have made here in the East End. We're going to do that. But we also need to have a conversation about this BIA here in this community and why this BIA has not participated in the programs that the Danny has and Greektown has and all of the, I worked with the 84 BIAs from across the city, and the vast majority of them who participated and embraced these programs, businesses has actually improved. Pedestrianism, people who shop and buy things have actually improved. So I agree with you, we need to do more, we need to do better, but it's actually an opportunity for us to transition, to change, to support the type of business that you're doing, to support the vibrant, walkable community that we can have here. With all of you're all going to benefit tremendously from the growth that's coming to Danforth. There will be thousands of new neighbors and residents that are coming, all the development along Dawes Road, south of Danforth. You principally will benefit from that tremendously. That's going to be fantastic growth here for our small business community. I need to understand, and to your point about your conversation with the mayor and Councillor Crawford, sitting down and figuring out the particular pain points. Is the loading, unloading not working? Is there an accessible parking spot in a location that, you know, should be on the other side of the street or whatever? Is there, you know, do we need to pull back some of the parking so that, you know, you can access the side streets better? Is there opportunities for more parking in other locations? And, you know, this went in, you know, when did it go in, like June or July or something of this year? So it's still from the Dawes Road extension to Victoria Park. That's still new. And because the election and how that's gone in this summer, we haven't had a chance to sit around the table. But, you know, if I am reelected tomorrow and I am going back to work on Tuesday, I'd like to sit down with this group and have that conversation with staff so you can talk about the pain points where it's not working, how we can fix and resolve that, but also with an open-mindedness about how can we support your businesses in the future? How can we get you involved in the Danforth Village BIA, whatever that, you know, whatever that looks like going forward, and have you at the table so that we have a working relationship and those discussions are taking place together. You know how your business works better than I do. You know how the traffic moves, what the parking requirements are, all that. You know that better than I do. So I need your guidance and your assistance to understand that so that we can get a design that works for today but also will work for tomorrow and work for all the growth that's coming in the neighborhood that you'll benefit from tremendously. So that's like on the other side of the election. If I am back and fortunate enough to keep working for you, that's what I want to do. And so I would echo the mayor's comments and Councillor Crawford's. Let's get around the table. You know, my wife always describes me as a work in progress, and I would say our city is very much that as well. And we can work together to make this work better. And we'll do it with an open mind, and we'll do it as friends and family and community members. And also, on top of that, build on the investment that you've made here in the community, you know, as Bangladeshi entrepreneurs and leaders here, and recognize all those contributions as we rename this Bangla Town and have a presence on the BIA, because you haven't had a big presence on the BIA historically, and I would say that this has been a BIA that's had a lot of challenges. And you just have to look west to some of the other stuff going on Danforth, and you probably see that, and you're like, well, that looks pretty good. There's good stuff going on the Danny. There's good stuff going on in Greektown. How can we replicate that here east of Maine? Because all the foundational elements, you know, of a diverse and vibrant community, growth, more people coming, all of those foundations are here. The recipe is here. We just have to come together as neighbors and leaders to figure that stuff out so that your businesses can benefit from that and the community benefits from that as well. So that's really my response to hearing this. This feedback is really good. You know, it's been there for June, July, August, September, a handful of months, a quarter of a year. And if it's not working as well as it could be, I need to hear that. I need to understand it. But some of this stuff is really granular. So I need to know your business, that address specifically. Where's the accessible parking that's, you know, creating a problem where people are getting $500 tickets? We don't want that. Maybe there's an opportunity to put in a 15-minute pickup parking sort of thing situation, you know, if you are going to get takeout. You know, maybe there is opportunities to do that. Maybe we can add more parking. Maybe we actually need to pull parking back in some places, whatever. I don't have the remedy or the prescription because I need to hear from you specifically, lot by lot, site by site, as we march west all the way east to Vic Park, what would work better, and then we can sit around the table and figure that stuff out. So that's what I would say.
So there is another issue.
Okay, you explain about the parking.
Yeah.
We understand that. But our pain point is the bike lane. Okay. Now the thing is, we have to park car over here. I need to get delivery. I don't have access from the bank.
Yeah.
So my delivery guy, he said where it is. So where I should park my truck.
Yeah.
You don't have room to park that truck.
So that's the kind of feedback, though. Like, and if you go to Greektown, there are examples, and even actually Danforth and the Danny, there are businesses, grocery stores actually, that need loading. Restaurants that need loading.
Everybody needs loading.
And they have structures to do that. Like, I don't know if you've been down there. If you go at Broadview in Danforth, there's a big loading ramp that goes right over. The bike lane goes up and over, and there's a ramp so that people can load there. Okay. So I just need that feedback on the particular businesses that need that sort of.
We will talk.
Yeah.
This is number one is loading and unloading.
Yeah.
Number two, after parking, when we get out from the car, we open the door. We saw all on a sudden the bike is coming. This is not the bike. This is e-bike.
Yeah.
They are fully powered and speed more than 60.
No, I know.
They are coming. All on a sudden, either they are making hard brake or they hit and they are abusing us like F word and something like that.
Yeah.
That means that we are making big offense that we open the door to get outside.
So-
So our pinpoint is bike lane. Bike lane is making. I agree with you. We'll sit together. We'll sort it out.
Where would they be though if there wasn't a bike lane? They would be on your driver's side door, and there would
Yeah,
still be
yeah,
conflict.
yeah.
It's not like it's going away. Uber Eats, like I know a lot of people who actually, drive or ride for Uber Eats or the other services, and many of your businesses might use it, and maybe you're a customer of it. Like if they weren't on the right side of your car, they would be on the left side of your car, or they would be on the sidewalk. The problem that you describe of throttle electric powered bikes or scooters or whatever is a problem, and it is illegal for them to be in a bike lane. That's illegal. There's a challenge around education. There's a challenge around enforcement. Both of those things we need to do better on. But I would just say, like, if the bike lane wasn't there, and they shouldn't be in the bike lane, they would actually be on the left side of your vehicle where you're opening your driver's door every time anyways.
If there was not the bike lane, there was a 2 lane. Now,
Well, no, but there's parking, and that's the thing about Danforth.
Parking was next to our sidewalk, and when the bike lane came, it became 1 lane. Yesterday, just this is the example. Yesterday, my wife, she was in the left side of the seat, back seat, so she need to get out from the car.
So behind the driver's door?
Behind
Like,
the
yeah.
drive,
Yeah.
this is the seat. So when she need to get out, what we have to do? We have to stay in the street, open the door, stop the car, 10-15 cars stopped, then she get out, then we stop the door, then some people honking horn because
Yeah.
they need to go. This is the problem. Bike lane kill our 1 lane, and bike lane kill our parking, squeeze our parking, bike lane kill our loading unloading. So these are our pain. Okay. So this is the good thing you explained. We are ready to sit with you for not for 1 time, for 10 times to solve our problem, to remove our pain. So we wish and we are looking forward.
1 minute, without any delay. If 1 day go, we lose our business. 2nd day, we lose again. 3rd day, we go again. People moving and moving. Here, like say Greek town, there be free parking. People pay money. There's some place, empty place. They pay money and do the parking. Here, unfortunately, our community, from Victoria Park to Main, there's no any free parking place. People pay money and put parking over their car, and they come to shopping. No, this opportunity here.
What do you mean?
No, there is a mission here.
Yeah.
No, not
Nothing.
He wants to say
Public parking.
Yes.
extra parking.
Parking lot. Public
Extra public parking.
Yeah, public parking.
Oh, like a green pea lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't have that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that case, we need, please remove your stone from the road and let the people parking. It is seriously from our
That
heart.
means the bike lane should be more.
Is
right?
money is important thing. You pay don't money, no funny. You have money, you make funny. But please remove your stone, remove your brick. Let them our life, normal life.
We are losing the business. So many people is going to other side. They are not coming anymore.
I explained to you before. Better talk to the mayor. And give us time. We can sit again if you need it. Okay. If you want anything written, we can send it.
This is what it's going to look like, guys. We're going to get around a table. We're going to have a meeting with staff. We're going to lay out the plans. We're going to go block by block by block. So actually, like, this is not enough. You coming here and telling me, this is a problem, but not being engaged in the solutions, that is not enough. So I need you to be a part of the solution making. I need you to be at the table with myself and city staff, block by block, site by site, and looking at how we resolve the pain points and the challenges.
Sure.
That's what it looks like, and that's what we're going to do
We
after
hope
the
you will
election.
be elected tomorrow.
Well,
We told you.
Like young guy. You
We
need
told
young
you.
guys.
We told you. There is a few fraction chances you will not elected. If you're not that fraction, you will not. If you're not elected, you will be tough even.
Yeah.
I know. The previous councillor. Now she is with us. Whenever we are calling, anywhere, she is coming with us because she worked with us for a long time.
Yeah.
So you did lot of good things.
Yeah.
So we appreciate this. That's why that will make you elected.
Yeah.
But one good thing is killing us. That is our approach.
I understand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Part there. we are on the precipice of big change here, big growth, big investment, and the businesses here stand to benefit from that. You know, our Main Street stands to benefit from that. When you think of some of the most vibrant parts of our city, when you think about some of the best streets in the city, they have great diversity. They have lots of different types of businesses. They have patios. They support the arts. There are murals. There's all that kind of good stuff. And they've embraced change. And you know, there's a visionary element where on the other side of that change, there's tremendous benefit for the community, for the local businesses, and frankly for the city, because they become a destination for the whole city. So I got believe in the East on my shirt here, and that is our mantra, because I believe our best days are in front of us. But if you think about all the great spots in the city, a lot of people point to the West End. Well, that's West Queen West or Ossington or, you know, Bloor Court area, but, you know, they haven't been static. They have embraced some of that change, and we are going to change here, and we're going to change here together. And part of that, again, is celebrating and recognizing the contributions from the Bangladeshi community, not just here in the East End, but in the Toronto context, and in fact in the Canadian context, celebrating your leadership, but also recognizing that there is change coming, and how can we be constructive and productive part of that. You know, like I said, the mayor tapped me to lead the small business task force for the pandemic. And from every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. for a year and a half, I sat around the table with 84 BIAs from across the city, and we were dealing with challenges like, you know, the small business subtax class. I don't know if any of you guys own your businesses, but for the first time in 20 years, we were actually able to achieve a small business subtax class so that you are not taxed here in Banglatown at the same rate as downtown office towers. We had to work with the province to achieve that 15% reduction. The policy is not perfect, because if you're in a gross lease, you won't necessarily see that savings. But if you're in a triple net lease, of which about 85% of the people in the city are, or if you own a business, those savings, you're seeing those savings this year. If I'm reelected and the mayor's reelected, he's made a commitment for 20% for next year, even more. That's real dollars in your pocket, helping to ease with some of the affordability challenges. The cafe program, the patio program, how we're supporting artists. These great neighborhoods, I saw some head nodding back there, like these great neighborhoods are doing that, and we have to have honest questions about why have we not embraced that from Main to Victoria Park here. We don't have a single patio here.
Yeah, that's right.
Everywhere else does. Why did we not do that? Everybody else is benefiting from that. The Danny is benefiting from that. You talk to Kumin Kitchen, you talk to those businesses, the whole package of interventions that we've brought on Danforth have been a lifeline for those small businesses. They have made great money. They've had some of their best sales and best years because they've had that in place. And same with the Greektown BIA. The chair of the BIA had to actually acknowledge, and he made a bet over dinner with the mayor about whether or not this was going to be a success. And he's actually come out and said, yes, this has been good for our businesses. We like it. It's not without challenges. And you saw, the Greektown Festival this summer. There were challenges around that. Some of it was organizational. But we worked through the challenges, and we worked towards the better outcomes. That's what we're going to do together. And that's why I say it can't just be, you know, the 30 minutes that we have here in the basement. It has to be around the table in a constructive way to actually... Yeah, it's the beginning. Yeah, you said 10 meetings. I don't know if it'll be 10.
It's the beginning of interaction with
Yeah.
Next time, I hope we arrangement big place. If we need 1,000 people, I can arrange 1,000 people.
Well, yeah. I don't know if we need 1,000.
I promise you, we need 1,000 people.
Yeah. Well, we probably this group is good.
Yeah. And second thing I tell you.
Yeah.
Our community here, we are 25 to 30 years.
Yeah.
Like our children, like you. Yeah. I have a fourth boy. One is CPA, two is going government job, other one is lawyer. So everything okay. They are eating, they would got the restaurant, make the water, do it. But our community build new.
Yeah.
Almost 80% people, they cook the home.
Right.
Like home food. Mm-hmm. But next generation, they like Greek town, they like other towns.
Yeah.
So that case, here we need some more
Very good
space.
point, actually.
Yeah. So the
our
point
people
is
not like, you know, my son, I tell you, my son like you.
Yeah.
Today he is Vancouver for 5 days. Other day go for Calgary. That's okay. But our life, like me, all people are like.
So subsequent generations like to go out.
Yes, sir. That time we need your. Okay, what you doing? Hey, who care, man?
Okay.
But we are care.
One more question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Washington and Bloor, they eliminated bike lane?
Say that again.
Washington and Bloor. Washington and Bloor.
Yeah.
They eliminated, you guys eliminated bike lane?
No.
It's still there, right?
Yeah.
Bike lane is still there.
Yeah.
I heard there is a normal bike lane there.
There was a bike lane on Brimley that was taken out. There was a bike lane on Pharmacy that was taken out. In the West End, no. And in fact, like University Avenue, no, there's more bike lanes. And those communities are thriving. Objectively, those communities are thriving. So, you know, like I just think we have to be open-minded about it. And that's why, you know, I'm a pragmatist, which means I will work to find solutions. I'm not, you know, I'm not ideological about this stuff. I'm like, what works, but also recognizing things are changing. How do we manage that change in a thoughtful way? That's my approach to local government. That's my approach to policy. That's the world I come from. And so your feedback is actually really important. And we didn't have a chance to do this before those changes were made. They were made this summer. You know, we're in a blackout period with staff where we're not doing all of the meetings in the same way we would if there wasn't an election on. And you know what, frankly, the staff wanted to reach out and communicate with the Danforth Village BIA and stuff. And you know, there hasn't been a lot of working relationships in the same way that there has, you know, on Queen Street or Kingston Road, which doesn't even have a BIA, but there's lots of great folks who engage. And on the Danny and in Greektown and the folks up on O'Connor, they don't have a BIA either, O'Connor Bermondsey, but they have a business association. We talk about lots of changes because that street's changing as well. So this is good because I hear from the folks who have been on the DVBIA, and that's not many of you. Is anyone here? Yeah. No. And yet look at all the business leaders here who are around the table, you know, this evening having this conversation. That's actually really important. So I need to start talking and engaging and hearing from. Most of them were we attend BIA, GM or another general meetings. Okay. Well, last time regarding bike lane, most of us were there. Yeah, right. And we deadly opposed this, that we don't want bike lane. I remember that. You remember that. Yeah. And it will kill us. Yeah. So unfortunately. And then there was a global pandemic whatever it is, it's like that way. You know, the pandemic and then just now we are growing little bit. We are just we book a room at East York Civic Center or somewhere where we can, and we let's sort the one out. But because it's a long process to get one. But let's actually just have them. We can go, you know, site by site and move our way, you know, from Main down to Victoria Park. And
I spoke with the mayor office too. So I saw him day before yesterday. Mayor Gary Crawford. So there is another issue. Mr. Jamal is here. Is the 29. So then the duel is there. 296 to Danforth Avenue. Close to him is the garbage the business, both of them. So you know when the people walk, they take the bag, they take the.
What? I am in front of you.
Yeah, in front of you.
In front of my store, 11 o'clock morning time. Yeah. One guy kick me, take my key. Give me key. I have a BMW X5. Give me your key. Yeah, one guy coming. I said, no, it is my car. Right. And he kicked me down, take my key and go. Yeah. It is last year, November, I think December 15, like that, yes. Yeah. Last year. In 11 o'clock.
Broad daylight.
11 o'clock, they give me.
11 in the morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning, yeah. And so happening, they keep happening, like our store is there, some items is outside, they grab and they gone, right?
So very latest is yesterday evening.
Yeah, cell phone store.
Next to my store, the 2974 Danforth Avenue, there is a cell phone store. That one guy came and he was looking for the brand new packet cell phone, and then he ran away.
Yeah, he stole it.
And you know, years before, we had a pain with the the shelter people. But we had a meeting with the city, meeting with the police, meeting with the shelter people. But now they are bothering not that much. Little bit.
It's better today. We'll be doing that after the election if I'm back and have the opportunity to continue serving the community.
Now you see one thing I'm telling you.
And another thing, respect all of bike people. I respect them. They follow the environment. 80% our here bike people, they are number 2 people. They are watching and evening time coming, they're stolen something. Almost backside. They take the bike and go back door, not front side.
Explain that to me one more time.
Some people.
The people are coming with the bike.
With bike.
And they are jacking from the. Say you are walking with the phone. Then that jacking it and then going again.
I don't know what he's saying.
And then looking daytime, evening time coming, they stolen some stuff. In my backyard too. If I track, keep it open. Night time they stolen.
Yeah, he's telling in the daytime.
ব্যবসায়ী সমিতির বৈঠকে হয়েছে, আমরা যারা ড্যানফোর্ডে দীর্ঘদিন যাবৎ ব্যবসা করি, আমাদের একটা প্রবলেম হচ্ছে যে বাইক লেনটা দেওয়ার পর থেকে আমাদের বিভিন্ন জায়গায় অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হচ্ছে। মারহাবার সামনে অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছিল, তারপর আজকে আমার অফিসের উল্টা দিকে অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে। প্রত্যেক দিনই একটা না একটা টুকটাক অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হচ্ছে, কারণ এই জায়গাটা ভেরি কনজাস্টেড হয়ে গেছে। এই জন্য আমরা ড্যানফোর্ডে দীর্ঘদিন যাবৎ ব্যবসা করি, এই ব্যবসায়ী সবাই আসছিলেন আজকে আমার এই যে 2914 ড্যানফোর্ড এভিনিউতে এসে এখানে মিটিং করলেন যে সে নির্বাচিত হওয়ার পরে আগামী দিনে আমরা এর সাথে আবার 2-400 লোক আমরা একসাথে বসে এটা সর্ট আউট করব, কিভাবে করলে আমাদের অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট যেন কম হয়, প্লাস আমাদের ব্যবসা বাণিজ্যের যে ক্ষতিটা হচ্ছে বর্তমানে, কারণ অনেকে পার্কিং করতে পারে না। $400 টিকিট মারহাবার ওয়াহিদ ভাই বলেন ওনার দোকানের সামনে $400 টিকিট খাচ্ছেন কাস্টমাররা। সুতরাং এইগুলি থেকে যেন আমরা রক্ষা পেতে পারি। এবং কালকে আমরা ব্রেডফুডে নির্বাচিত করবে বুট ফর ব্রেডফুড বিচে সিস্টিওর, so Ward 19. So after the election we're going to sit down and talk to him very soon, anytime.
সুনির্দিষ্টভাবে আপনাদের কি আশ্বাস দিয়েছে?
আমাদেরকে আশ্বাস দিয়েছে সিটি হলে আমাদের সাথে আবার উনি মিটিং করবে। আমরা আরও ব্যবসায়ী যারা আজকে উপস্থিত হতে পারেন নাই বিভিন্ন কারণে, তারা সহ আমরা সবাই মিলে আমরা হাতে হাত মিলিয়ে কাঁধে কাঁধ মিলিয়ে কাজ করব। উনি আমাদেরকে আশ্বাস দিয়েছেন এটা সিটির যে প্ল্যানার তার সাথে বসে এটা একটা সলিউশন দিবে। ধন্যবাদ ক্লাইমেট চ্যানেল, সঞ্জয় চাকি এবং দিন ভাই ভোরের আলো প্রবাসী টিভি, ধন্যবাদ আপনাদেরকে।
জন্য আপনাদের একান্তই জরুরি, টিভি চ্যানেল ছাড়া ফোকাস ছাড়া কোনো কিছু দুনিয়াতে হয় না। বাঁচতে হইলে চ্যানেল লাগবে, সাংবাদিক লাগবে, টিভি লাগবে। আমাদের আজকে কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল কাউন্সিলরের সঙ্গে আমাদের বাইক লেন নিয়ে পার্কিং সমস্যা হয়, এটি আমাদের মেইন ইস্যু ছিল। তো কালকে আমি তো এখানে আমার দোকান আছে, ব্যবসা আছে, তো আমারই বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট দরকার। তো আমার এখানে কাস্টমার বেশি হয়, আমার সমস্যা বেশি। কালকে হঠাৎ করে দুপুরে পেইন শুরু হয়েছে আমার ভিতরে, তখন উইথিন হাফ অ্যান আওয়ার আমি আমার সব দোকানে গেছি, ওরা আমার সঙ্গে জয়েন করছে, ওরা বলছে আমরা আপনার সঙ্গে আছি, আজাদ অ্যারেঞ্জ করছে, কাউন্সিলর ফোন দিচ্ছে, কাউন্সিলর আইছে। এই আমাদের ইস্যু হলো আমাদের প্রপোজাল দিয়েছি এখানে বাইক লেন উঠানোর জন্য। এইখানে বাইক লাইনে বাইকে চলে না লোকজন থাকলে আমাদের পার্কিং সমস্যা হচ্ছে, আপনার বাইক লাইন বন্ধ করতো, আমাদের পার্কিং সুবিধা হইতো। এটি আমাদের মেন ইস্যু। ধন্যবাদ।
আমাদের ড্যানফোর্ডের বিজনেসম্যান সবাইকে নিয়ে সো আমাদের মেইন ইস্যু যেটা আমরা আজকে রেজ করেছি আমরা কাউন্সিলরের কাছে, যে আমাদের এখানে বাইক লেনটা সমস্যা, বাইক লেন থাকায় আমাদের এখানে পার্কিংয়ের সমস্যা। বেসিক্যালি পার্কিং অ্যান্ড বাইক লেন এই দুইটাই আমরা চাই, আমরা চাই যে বাইক লেনটা উঠে যাবে আর পার্কিংটা এখানে আরও মোর পার্কিং দরকার আমাদের বিজনেসের জন্য। সো এই বিষয়গুলি আজকে আমরা ডিসকাস করেছি। সো উনি আমাদেরকে আশ্বাস দিয়েছেন। সো কালকে যেহেতু ইলেকশনের পরবর্তীতে আমরা আবার বসবো এই বিষয়গুলো সমাধানের জন্য। ধন্যবাদ।